an opportunist and Canadians should. Two, your leadership's a guaranteed flop against. America's might. The silence deepens, the audience holding its breath, sensing Carney's vulnerability. Then Carney's eyes flash with determination, his voice rising with quiet power. I'm not here to win Trump's approval, Jessica. I'm here to defend Canada. Our work is our communities, our future. We'll prove our strength not with words, but with actions that secure our place in the world. The crowd exhales, a few Canadians nodding fiercely, their faith in Carney restored. The moment is tense, but his resolve pulls him back from the brink. Tariff clash heats up. Whoopi leans forward, her eyes narrowing with curiosity. Let's get into these tariffs. They're hitting both countries hard. Who's really got the edge here? Halverson jumps in, her voice brimming with smug certainty, her gestures sharp. America's tariffs are a shield for our farmers who've been gouged by Canada's outrageous duties on butter and cheese. Your feeble counter-tariffs are a joke, Mark, nothing but a tantrum from a country too weak to compete. America's economy is a powerhouse and Canada's just a bystander. Carney shakes his head, his tone firm and unyielding, his words precise. Those tariffs don't just hurt Canada, they raise prices for American consumers, from groceries to cars. Canada's response is measured and strategic, designed to protect our industries while keeping markets open. We're not waging a trade war, we're fighting for fairness, and that benefits both our nations. Halverson snorts, her arms crossed tightly, her voice thick with derision. Fairness, that's rich. Canada's whining like a spoiled child. Instead of stepping up, you're too timid to challenge America's dominance, and your economy is crumbling while you do. The Canadians deserve better than your spineless excuses. Her insult sparked murmurs of dissent, Canadians in the audience gripping their signs, their faces set with defiance. Carney's voice rises, steady but forceful, his eyes locked on Halverson. Canada doesn't whine, Jessica, we act. We've signed trade agreements with Europe and Japan, opening new markets while America isolates itself. Our businesses are adapting, our workers are resilient, and we're building a future that doesn't hinge on one country's whims. The crowd stays impressed by his conviction, a few Canadians clapping in support. Whoopi chimes in, her tone light but pointed. I gotta say, Canada's looking pretty sharp here, Jessica. Got any plans besides tearing them down? The audience laughs heartily, the mood shifting. Halverson's smirk fades, her grip on the debate weakening as Carney's strategic vision takes center stage. Culture war sparks outrage. Whoopi tilts her head, her question probing and direct. Jessica, why do some Americans think Canada can't stand on its own 2 feet? Halverson leans forward, her eyes glinting with malice, her words dripping with condescension. Canada's nothing but America's shadow, leeching off our economy, our culture, our strength. You've got no real identity, just a bland, watered-down version of us. Your obsession with being nice makes you irrelevant, a nation of pushovers who will fold under pressure. Those tariffs are proof you're a second-rate player. Her attack is brutal, the crowd shifting uncomfortably, Canadians whispering angrily, their pride wounded. Carney's expression hardens, but his voice remains composed, each word infused with quiet power. Canada's identity is our strength, Jessica. We're one of the most diverse nations on Earth, united by respect, resilience, and a shared vision. Our multiculturalism isn't a weakness. It's a model for the world. We don't need to mimic anyone to know our worth. Halverson waves a hand dismissively, her voice rising with scorn. Diverse, that's just a buzzword for a country too soft to compete. Your so-called unity won't save you when tariff crush your markets. Canada's a follower, not a leader, and you're deluded if you think otherwise. Her words draw boos from the crowd. Canadians visibly riled, their signs raised in defiance. Carney leans in, his voice resonant and unwavering, cutting through the hostility. Canada's not following anyone, Jessica. We're forging a path the world admires, one built on inclusion, innovation, and strength. While others divide, we unite, and that's why our future is brighter than you can imagine. The crowd erupts, Canadians raising their hands in maple leaf shapes, their cheers shaking the studio. Pride surges through the room. Carney's words a rallying cry. A Canadian audience member leaps to their feet, shouting, elbows up. The chant spreads like wildfire, the studio vibrating with energy. Halverson's face tightens, her composure fracturing under the overwhelming support for Carney, her insults drowned out by Canadian resolve. Halverson's explosive meltdown. Whoopi tries to steer the conversation toward resolution, her tone hopeful. After all this heat, can the U.S. and Canada find some common ground? Carney nods, his voice diplomatic yet firm, his eyes steady. Canada's open to negotiation, but we won't compromise our identity or our people. We want a partnership. Based on mutual respect, not ultimatums. That's how we'll build a stronger future for both nations. Halverson's frustration boils over, her voice a near shout, her hand gesturing wildly. Respect Canada's delusional. If you think you deserve it, you'll regret defying America's power. Without us, your economy's nothing, your country's nothing, and you're just a pompous banker leading a sinking ship. Her outburst draws gasps, the crowd recoiling at her venom. Canadians glaring in defiance. Cony remains unruffled, his words calm but piercing, each one landing with precision. We don't defy Jessica, we defend Canada. We'll keep standing tall with pride, purpose, and a unity you can't break. Our strength comes from our people, not from begging for anyone's favor. His gaze holds the room, the audience captivated by his resolve. Halverson slams her hand on the armrest, her voice trembling with rage. Canada's irrelevant without America's support. You're a nation of dreamers who will crash and burn. The crowd boos loudly, Canadians chanting, elbows up in defiance, their voices drowning her out. Whoopi raises a hand, her tone mocks serious, a grin